A year that many developing nations, including India, were looking forward to. It was a year of great expectations, one can say. But what happened was unfathomable. Who would have believed that a microorganism can dictate how humans think and behave? The novel coronavirus, or COVID-19, first appeared in Wuhan, China, in early December 2019. By January 2020, owing to globalization, the virus was transported through human beings to other parts of the world. On the 11th of March, the WHO declared COVID-19 as a pandemic. Meanwhile, India continued its normal course of life until early March, gearing up for holy celebration. Many of the citizens were unaware of the devastating consequences and turbulence that this disease could cause. Some of them even believed that the virus could not affect them, owing to their strong immunity developed by consuming pani puri sold by the street vendors. Once the numbers of deaths spiked in developed nations in Europe, panic spread. The virus had struck the strings of fear in many minds. On 21st of March, Prime Minister Narendra Modi addressed the nation on this issue and instilled fear by comparing the virus outbreak to a wildfire. The 21 days lockdown had fooled many fools, for there were battles in order to get essential supplies. The stores being sold out had sent a running flow of panic, as the people who decided to stay at home were now having second thoughts about their supplies. This pointless distress caused millions to disobey the lockdown law. The Prime Minister of India had announced on 23rd March that there will be a nationwide lockdown till 15th of April. The lockdown in India had to be extended until 3rd of May, as the cases were increasing more rapidly than before. Containment zones were sanitized and strict laws were being enforced to fight the disease. Drones were used to monitor if the general public was maintaining social distancing norms. Even the media used drones to do the same. Masks were also made compulsory to prevent people from being infected by the virus. To protect its doctors and nurses, India had made sure that they held their armor, which were gloves and suits. India developed testing kits as well as a rapid testing system. Trains were converted to isolation coaches in case there was an upsurge in the number of cases. Violation of the lockdown law was made a punishable offense under Section 271 of the Indian Penal Code. It was also reinforced that if anyone caught spitting on the road or engaging in any act that is likely to spread the disease will be booked under Section 270. But unfortunately, many Indian citizens did not understand the gravity of the situation and continued to participate in group activities. Some citizens did not cooperate with the law enforcers and showed their agitation on being demanded their pass. Some VIPs chose to tie the knot during the lockdown period, which drew in severe criticism. In some parts of the country, health workers and other frontline workers were pelted with stones. But the government left no stone unturned. In order to create awareness and to enable the easy tracking of COVID patients, the government launched an app called the Arogya Setu app, which connects the government with all of COVID-19 patients. The coronavirus put everyone in a dilemma, from the government to even the students. The cancellation of exams by various national and international boards affected the motivation of students. Some students were filled with joy, while others found it depressing that they couldn't give it their all and would have achieved a higher grade.
I'm a student graduating in the year 2020, and right about now I would have been studying for my chemistry exam, but I'm not, because like many other students around the world, my final exams have been cancelled. And when the news broke, I was shocked, and like I was asking my friends around, like, are the exams really cancelled? What does this mean? What happens to our final diplomas and certificates? And like, I guess it was the cancellation of the exam was something that none of us were really expecting, because these past 2 years, like whatever tests that we had, whatever assignments that we put in, whatever chapters that we were studying, we always felt that this is all building up to that final exam, so that when the time comes that we would be able to perform and really show and prove that we have learned a lot and that we are capable of doing it. And I guess like because the exams are cancelled, like a lot of us have missed out on that opportunity to show that we can really do it.
Schools also took an initiative to start online classes and not disrupt the academics of students. Although it might not be optimal, in times of crisis they worked proficiently with the aid of technology.
While the middle class, mainly IT professionals, easily switched to work from home scenarios with little or no effect on their livelihood, the daily wage earner pressed the panic button and frantically proceeded towards her village. Some walked, some packed like sardines in goods vehicles, and some even rode bicycles for more than 100 kilometers. This man rode his bicycle 1,700 kilometers. It took him 7 days to reach his destination. He had to fix punctures every single day. The government overlooked the trouble and inconvenience that such an unforeseen and sudden announcement of 21 days nationwide lockdown could bring.
नमस्कार, क्या नाम है आपका?
लक्ष्मण।
तो लक्ष्मण भाई, अभी जो पूरी स्थिति बदली है दुनिया में और हिंदुस्तान में, तो तुम्हें क्या क्या दिक्कतें आई?
हमें खाने की परेशानी आई और मेरे वहाँ पे बोलते मांगने मत जाया करो, घर में बैठे रहो, बाहर मत निकलो प्लीज।
तो इससे पहले क्या करते थे?
पहले ट्रैक्टर चलाते थे।
ठीक है, और अभी जब ये सब नाकाबंदी हुई तो क्या कर रहे हो तब से?
भीख मांगना शुरू हो गए।
इससे पहले भीख नहीं मांगते थे? तो इससे पहले ट्रैक्टर कहाँ चलाते थे?
जैसे यहाँ पे मॉल में जहाँ पे भी मलबा होता वो उठा।
कितना दिहाड़ी मिल जाता था?
मिल जाता था
100-500 रुपए एक दिन में। कितना घंटे लगाने पे?
एक चक्कर का 100 रुपए मिलता है, उसमें से 50 आते 2 आदमी काम करते हैं।
ठीक है, और अभी कोई दिहाड़ी मिल रही है?
अभी कोई नहीं मिल रही।
कोई पैसा
कोई दे देता 10 रुपए 5 रुपए।
खाना कहाँ से आता है?
खाते वहाँ पे आटा लेके
और अगर तो ये लॉकडाउन खुलता है, जब नाकाबंदी खुलती है, तो तुम गाँव वापस जाओगे या यहीं काम करोगे?
गाँव जाएंगे।
तो गाँव क्यों जाना चाहते हो?
वहाँ पे मेरी खेती बाड़ी है।
नहीं, और इस बार गांव जब जाओगे तो वापस आओगे?
नहीं, ये बात कुछ नहीं है, खेती फसल सूख रही है।
नहीं, बट वापस क्यों नहीं आना चाहते?
वापस फिर बाद में कोई वापस अखबार पिला देगा, फिर यही रहेंगे भाई बहन वहाँ पे रहेंगे इतना।
Soon the government came up with schemes and relief packages to shield this vulnerable class of its massive 1.3 billion population. 1,70,000 crores were set aside for this cause, along with a ration of rice, wheat, and pulses to as many as 80,000 individuals for a period of 3 long months. Further, to ease the pain of the daily wage earners, who were the most affected lot in such an unprecedented situation, the Prime Minister declared in his speech on the 14th of April, 2020, that the areas that take up the Corona challenge and manage to be Corona-free will be given the privilege of relaxation of some of the lockdown laws. As India, under the Modi government, fought its battle and pledged not to succumb to this deadly virus, the weaker sectors of the society were also pacified and taken care of. But some unfortunate incidents took place amidst the lockdown, in which there was a mass violation of all laws in force. Misled by a forwarded message on WhatsApp, many migrant workers rushed to Anand Vihar bus station in Delhi, and a similar outburst occurred in Bandra railway station, Mumbai. In order to control the situation, these workers were sanitized. The mass sanitizing was considered as an inhumane act by many. In spite of the contributions by philanthropists and many citizens in the PM Cares Fund, the fact still remained that many workers starved for days together. But even during these difficult times, the people of India joined together to express gratitude to health workers who are at the forefront of the coronavirus fight. People from all across the country came out at 5 p.m. on March 22nd, 2020, banging utensils and clapping. On April 5th, 2020, Prime Minister Narendra Modi had urged the citizens to switch off all lights of their houses at 9 p.m. for 9 minutes and just light candles or diyas to mark the fight against coronavirus, which has claimed many lives. The objective was to create awareness and solidarity amongst the mass and to have a common goal: win this battle against coronavirus. Some say these activities link to astrology, but the gravity of such claims will always depend on faith and can never be reasoned. India being the land of multiple faiths, one can expect anything. The river Ganges, or Ganga, which is considered holy by many Indians, had been polluted due to industrial waste and religious activities. The Cleanup Ganga project, with a budget of 462 crores, dates back to 1986 by the then Prime Minister Rajiv Gandhi. Until February 2014, 939 crores had been spent towards this cause, but to no avail. Now with the lockdown, the quality of water has improved 40 to 50%. Yet, another silver lining to the gloomy scenario of the 45 days lockdown is the improvement in the air quality. The Safe Air Quality Index, as per the WHO, is below 25. However, the average AOI in the country's national capital stands at 200 on a good day and reaches an alarming level of 900 on certain days during winters. As of now, owing to the lockdown, the average AOI is 20. As of 16th of May 2020, the number of active COVID cases are approximately 53,000, with 30,153 patients cured and 2,752 deaths in the country. The hope for a vaccine, better hygiene standards, and following the social distance norms is the armor that India dons.